You are the most important piece. That's what SGNon is saying. You are radiating with a frequency that the enemy cannot destroy. You're on a very high level, and we're going to be fruitful and multiply here and go beyond worlds. Hi, Ali Weber. Welcome back to our channel, my dear family and friends. I want to really focus on this video with a couple of like major themes. One is the theme of collectivity, that we have to work together. The other is the idea that we have to work on ourselves, okay? And that we're coming into this great awakening together, and we have tremendous power. We have underestimated our own power. And at the same time, we tend to want things to get over really quickly and get through the main part without realizing that this is all about building a base of Mikdash. This is all about building the holy temple within yourself, of restructuring yourself, of building yourself up to get ready for this new age, this great awakening. It's not an easy transition. This is a huge transition. I want to just talk about that briefly. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so I can send you other videos. Check out everything in the show more. If you did get this thing, man, we got ASEA, we have Life Waves, we have Purium. You can reset your body, you can reset your DNA. There's always hope. You have to keep going forward, and we have to work together, but we have to work on ourselves as well. Okay, let's rock. So I listen to a lot of different things. I get my information from all different sources. I think the first thing I just want to mention is the Torah source, is that in Torah, we are finishing the book of the Exodus. Okay, so we have left slavery. And I think that's clearly part of where we're holding right now. We have left slavery. We haven't come into the promised land yet. We are the in-between state. And that's very important to keep in mind. This cannot be rushed. Nobody can come down, I don't believe, that it's not proper in this adventure that we're going through. It's not going to work out that someone's going to come down and save you or save me or save us. It has to come from each of us. It's focus, focus, ascend. We have to just keep focused on our own personal ascension. But I saw a couple, so that's in terms of Torah, we're coming into the point where we're going to be discussing the workings of the temple. In terms of our own movement, we are going from Exodus. We have left slavery. We understand what the matrix is. We see the matrix, we recognize it, and we watch it implode. But at the same time, we have to keep moving forward. And there's another book, Bamidbar, where we're in the wilderness before we can come into the promised land. And this is all happening. We have to receive the Torah. There's a lot going on in this struggle. I want to also kind of weld this in with something I heard from 107. I think 107 was saying that this is a huge struggle, but it has to be a grassroots, just like I'm saying that each of us has to claim our responsibility. Let my people go to be responsible and to learn how to live in a godly way. That we have to take responsibility. We can't, just expect the white hats to come and save us and take care of everything. We have to reclaim our local schools. We have to, for sure, we have to totally rethink the whole medical community, the pharmaceutical community, rebuild. This is a huge rebuilding job. So yes, we have left slavery, but we haven't yet come into the promised land. And that's where we're heading. We are heading for the promised land. Nothing can stop what's coming. This is a godly plan. This has been going on for thousands of years. This is the reversal of mankind's fortune. But it really depends on us. Like I was watching this SGNon, this file 44, which I think is of critical importance to watch. Of course, I'm not crazy about references to Christianity, but it doesn't matter. Whatever religion you believe in is fine. It's not for me to tell you what to believe in or you to tell me. Wherever we're holding is where you're supposed to be holding. But he says in this thing that we do not understand our own potential, our own power, and that the enemy could not defeat us. And now it's time for payback, okay? Payback's a B, you know what I'm saying? They're going to get it now. All their institutions. I see the stock market is crashing today. But we have to understand we're coming to the promised land. We're coming into a new space, and we have to rebuild it from the ground up. Everything has to be restructured. Everything will be rethought. So the thing that I learned from 107 is very interesting because the Patriots were saying, oh, we're going to have flying cars. We're going to have hydrogen energy. And I know I say that a lot. But 107 says, it's going to take time to rebuild the infrastructure. We need service stations for hydrogen cars. We need people who understand how to build and how to repair. This is not an overnight fix. This is just like the next section after Vayikra. Vayikra is Leviticus, where we talk about the temple. But after this next section, we're in the midbar. We're having the adventure of preparing ourselves, of spending the 40 years it takes. I'm not saying it's going to take 40 years of getting ready to go into the promised land. Now, the promised land, the Rebbe said, Makda Yisrael. It does mean Israel, but it doesn't mean Israel. The Rebbe said, make this Israel. In other words, the promised land is wherever you're standing. And you have to decide. Every one of us has our own personal issues, our own personal struggles, but we are at an in-between phase right now. And I think that's very important to recognize. We've left slavery. We see the matrix. We understand the enemy. We understand that the Satan is a real force and that he's done horrific things to humanity through the years, but we have not yet come into the promised land. And that's where we're heading, okay? So we had to go through Jericho. I know I have a song about the winds of Jericho. They came in through like a window, through the back door. And I don't think it's going to be this way this time. We're going to be going in through the front door with the gates wide open. But we have to work together. We have to recognize that we don't have to be in the same place. If you're a Christian, man, and I'm a Jew, listen to hate. That's great. No problem, man. I don't have a problem. If you want to tell me that I have to believe a certain way, that's a problem for me. And I don't really want to deal with that kind of energy. But everyone has a different vibration. Everyone is unique. Everyone is the most important piece of the puzzle. You are the most important piece. That's what SGNon is saying. You are radiating with a frequency that the enemy cannot destroy. You're on a very high level, and we're going to be fruitful and multiply here and go beyond worlds. We're going to be off world. Everything is moving in a certain direction, and nothing can stop what's coming because this is a godly plan. It isn't about the number 17, like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Really? I mean, look at the real conspiracy. The real conspiracy is the stock market, the medical community, the pharmaceutical community, the educational community. All these things are the real conspiracy. The trafficking situation, the laundering, the criminal behavior of the people that have been running the planet for thousands of years. That's over. The matrix is gone. The matrix is dissolving before our eyes. You can see it in the stock market. But we have to understand that we are now in a transition phase between leaving slavery, just like we left Egypt, the narrow place, the place of our own limited thinking. We didn't even know what a horrific enemy existed like this. We didn't really understand it. I know I didn't until my eyes were opened a couple of years ago, 2020, when I started questioning things. I said, what do they want me to do? Does this make sense? So we're in that transition state. We are transforming our reality. We are waking up. We are ascending both on an individual and on a collective level. So don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Just keep going forward. There's no reason to look back and become like Lot's wife. But at the same time, understand that we are in a transition state and it cannot be rushed. And all these dates and all these are just dates. The number 17 doesn't come out and say, this is the day it's all going to happen. He says, if this date falls out and this event happens at this time, it could be an indication that things are moving in that direction. Okay, so that's what we have to keep in mind. It has to come from us. You can't eat the bread of shame. You can't just sit at the rich man's table without feeling like, do I really belong here? Did I really earn this? We have to earn it. We have to earn our livelihood. We have to do our part. We have to radiate with the frequency of love. We have to radiate with our own individual genius and be fruitful and multiply and do what this really entails at the end of the day is do what you love to do, but do it. Really do it. I mean, I'm telling myself, I really have to do it. I really like making videos. I really like spreading the message. I really like doing research, so I have to do it. Sometimes I feel like maybe I'll go for a walk on the beach today and forget about it. That's part of it too. There are times when you need to kick back. You need to get into nature. You need to take a deep breath. You need to, talk to somebody who's on your level. I know a lot of my community, a lot of my family members are in households where they're considered as something of an outcast. People don't understand them. That's a very common occurrence right now because you are the leaders, and that's how it is, man. That's the name of the game, man. That's how it's designed. You have to be that way. You have to be a little bit, a little bit of the crazy person, and eventually people will start to come to you and say, wow, I understand now what you were talking about all these years. You're not as crazy as you look. Anyway, it's all good, man. End of the day is we're coming into the promised land. Nothing can stop what's coming. Just do what you love to do and enjoy the day. Enjoy this beautiful planet. Enjoy your beautiful brothers and sisters wherever they're holding. I mean, whatever religion, whatever, it's okay. Everyone, if you look at everyone and you say, wow, man, I don't know anybody like him, and it may even annoy you. And you have to ask yourself, why does that annoy me? He's perfectly, imperfectly himself. And so am I. And it's all good. And we're all going to get through this together. We're going to build our base of Mikdash. We're going to build the Holy Temple. Even if is that an actual place, that remains to be seen. I mean, a lot of people say it is. A lot of people say it isn't. Whatever. The main thing is to build the Holy Temple inside your own structure, inside your own thoughts. Think good thoughts, and it will be good. Just keep, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. It's going to be here. It's going to be great. But the whole pleasure of this process is in doing the work. The work is really the process is the fun. The process is the pleasure. Okay. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so I can send you other videos. Check out my products, excellent products. If you got this, man, you want to reset your DNA, check out LifeWave, check out ASEA, check out Purium. Try to stay away from processed foods. Get lots of good water that doesn't have chlorides or fluorides in it, and get out there, with a big smile on your face, man, because this is joyous. We're coming into the promised land at the end of the day. May the force be with you. May God bless and protect you and your people. And let's get out there with a big smile and rock the world.